subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss a video from LiveLaw.
Hello and welcome to Courts This Week. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm Sanya from LiveLaw, here to take you through some important court developments across India. By the way, before I begin, I'd like to tell you that the top court has conducted hearings of more than 15,000 cases since the onset of the COVID pandemic by means of video conferencing. The court has disposed of 4,300 cases during the pandemic. That's a really awesome number, isn't it? Back to the basics now. Let's begin with our Supreme Court updates first. During the hearing on Advocate Prashant Bhushan's sentence in his contempt case, in which he was held guilty of contempt of court for 2 of his tweets, Bhushan declined the Supreme Court's offer for time to reconsider the statement made by him in the court, justifying his tweets and expressing dismay at the contempt verdict. During hearing on sentence before a bench led by Justice Mishra, Bhushan submitted that his statements were well considered and well thought of. I'll read out an excerpt of his statement for you. My tweets were nothing but a small attempt to discharge what I consider to be my highest duty at this juncture in the history of our republic. I did not tweet in a fit of absent-mindedness. It would be insincere and contemptuous on my part to offer an apology for the tweets that expressed what was and continues to be my bona fide belief. Therefore, I can only humbly paraphrase what the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, had said in his trial. I do not seek for mercy. I do not appeal for magnanimity. He said that he did not wish to reconsider his statements and that giving him more time to think about it would serve no useful purpose as such. This case is now listed for further hearing on August 24. The Supreme Court has upheld the Bihar government's order to transfer the probe in the case related to death of Bollywood actor Sushant Singh Rajput to CBI. The court has directed Maharashtra police to hand over the case files to CBI and to render necessary assistance. The court has also directed CBI to look into any other cases registered in future in relation to the deaths of actor Sushant Singh Rajput. When truth meets sunshine, justice will not prevail on the living alone, but after life's fitful fever. Now the departed soul will also sleep well. Satyamev Jayate, said the bench in the parting words of the judgment. The Supreme Court dismissed a petition which sought transfer of the funds from PM CARES to National Disaster Relief Fund. The court also held that there was no need for a fresh National Disaster Relief Plan for COVID-19 and that the minimum standards of relief as issued by the Disaster Management Act prior to COVID-19 were enough. The bench also clarified that the centre will be free to transfer the funds to NDRF as it deems appropriate and that individuals are at liberty to donate to NDRF. This was held by the top court while disposing of a PIL filed by Centre for Public Interest Litigation, which sought directions for evolving a new national plan under Section 11 of the Disaster Management Act to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic and also to transfer the funds from BM CARES to NDRF. The Supreme Court reserved judgment on a batch of petitions challenging the July 6 directive of the UGC to the universities to hold final semester examinations by September 30th. The bench asked Solicitor General Mehta if there is a certain situation in the state, can the UGC override the state and mandate for the exams to still be held? How can that happen? The court asked. The court also started a detailed hearing in the matter on August 14 when it heard senior advocates Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, senior advocate Shyam Diwan for the petitioners. The Supreme Court has dismissed a plea seeking the postponement of the National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test and Joint Entrance Examination, scheduled to be held in September 2020. Justice Arun Mishra presiding the bench said that the postponement of the exams will put the career of the students in peril. Life should move on even in COVID-19 times. Can we just stop exams? We should move on, Justice Arun Mishra said while dismissing the petitions. Most recently, the HRD ministry has also come out with a statement stating that the NEET and JEE exams will not be postponed. While the National Testing Academy has said that it has made elaborate arrangements for conduct of exams as scheduled. An application which sought the disbanding of the Justice P.S. Chauhan Inquiry Commission constituted to probe the alleged encounter of UP gangster Vikas Dubey was dismissed by the top court this week. We have provided some safeguards in the manner in which the probe is to be conducted. The plea has no merit and is accordingly dismissed, said the Chief Justice-led bench. Now, this plea was filed by Ghanshyam Upadhyay, seeking directions to scrape off the inquiry commission constituted by the Supreme Court to probe into the Vikas Dubey encounter case and issue contempt proceedings against the state functionaries for allegedly suppressing true facts about the members of the commission. Now, Upadhyay had stated that recent facts have come to light which cast aspersions on the independence of the members so appointed. During the hearing, he had read out various articles and newspaper reports to justify his case. The bench was, however, unconvinced, saying that mere newspaper reports could not prove allegations of bias of Judicial Commission members. The Supreme Court Registry has written to the Supreme Court Advocates on Record Association communicating the decision of the 7 judges committee to resume physical hearings in a limited manner subject to the decision of the competent authority. In the communication addressed to the president of the association, Supreme Court Judges Committee has recommended that 3 of the biggest rooms in the Supreme Court be readied to accommodate physical hearings on a trial basis as a pilot project. Supreme Court will finally open its doors for lawyers in it to argue matters in person after nearly 4.5 months. Top Court has allowed a Jain trust to keep Jain temples open during the Paryushan festival so as to perform prayers at temples of Dadar, Baikular and Chembur by following the standard operating procedure. Trust had moved the Supreme Court challenging a Bombay High Court order which had refused to allow members of the Jain community from offering prayers in temples during the holy period of the Paryushan festival, which is between 15th August and August 23rd amid the pandemic. High Courts and other courts now. The Punjab and Haryana High Court required its Registrar General to circulate all presiding officers and designated courts dealing with cases of crimes against women in the states of Punjab, Haryana and the Union Territory of Chandigarh, its observations against a lewd and filthy and indecent question put to the prosecutrix in a rape case, which the court said could not have been allowed by the trial court. The court noted that it should not sit as a silent spectator when the victim of crime is being cross-examined by the defense. It must effectively control the recording of evidence in the court. While every latitude should be given to the accused to test the veracity of the prosecutrix and the credibility of her version through cross-examination, the court must also ensure that cross-examination is not merely a means of harassment or causing humiliation to the victim of the crime. Lack of professionalism is writ large in the investigations in POCSO cases, the Kerala High Court observed. Justice P.B. Suresh Kumar, while considering a criminal appeal, said that he would issue some general guidelines in relation to investigation and trial of POCSO cases. The court issued notice to State Public Prosecutor and also the Kerala State Legal Services Authority while posting the case to August 25th. The court also said that it is concerned about the quality of justice delivery in this field. Delhi High Court has allowed people for the ethical treatment of animals and Federation of Indian Animal Protection Organizations to participate in the survey conducted by the Animal Welfare Board of India in order to identify the conditions of animals who are kept in circuses. The division bench of Justice Vipin Sanghi and Justice Rajneesh Bhatnagar has also given permission to PETA and FIAPO to provide food and medicines in case they find any animal in distress during the survey. The Bombay High Court directed the Mumbai Police Commissioner to form a special investigation team of 2 officers with impeccable integrity and unquestionable competence within 24 hours to freely and fairly investigate the death of a 22-year-old man in Vile-Parle who was assaulted by police officials on March 29 during the lockdown. Division bench of Chief Justice Deepankar Datta and Justice Anuja Prabhudesai were hearing a PIL which was filed by Firdaus Irani, who highlighted cases of police brutality during the lockdown, seeking directions to the police. The Madras High Court has permitted individuals alone to observe Vinayaka Chathurthi by placing Vinayaka idols before the house and temples and by finally immersing them in the water bodies. However, the court said that there is a total bar to undertake the same activities by organizations. Court issued the directives in writ petitions filed by 2 persons who challenged overall banning of installation of Vinayaka idols in public places and taking them out in procession for immersion in water bodies or seas. That's it for this week. I hope you found our video informative and helpful. Don't forget to hit the like and share button and to subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you next week.
Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss a video from LiveLaw.